bottom, you can see a sign of call via device audio. You can click on that and then you'll get connected to your audio. A short introduction about our organization. Hello everyone. Teacher Class is India's first education tool directory built for teachers and by teachers. We offer a curated list of best teaching tools available, simple and easy to learn with some amazing video tutorials and free live classes. Browse through our featured tool tutorials and upcoming classes in the given link down below chat box. You can find right online teaching tool that suits your teaching needs. Let's explore our more than 100 video tutorials on YouTube and learn at your own pace. Sign up for our live classes and learn with your peers and get your queries solved at the right moment and at the right platform. There are some of the live class instructions to be followed. We are recording this session for the teaching purposes. Stay engaged and ask any kind of questions related to the topic. We will answer the questions whenever the time permits. Please respect each other while using the chat. Keep your cameras off, but at the end, we wish everyone, the participants of this session, to please turn on your cameras for a while so that we can click a picture for that. You can ask the questions throughout the chat in between the sessions as well. We will pause in case we receive many kind of questions. Please do make sure that you send your comments via chat. If you are not able to hear the speaker, please join via audio on the left-hand side of your screen on your laptop and your phone as well by clicking on the microphone button at the left bottom of your screen. For the people who attend the session for at least 60 minutes, they are eligible to get the certificates, and you also have to participate actively in the chat box to let us know with your comments. Eligible teachers will receive the certificates within 7 working days. We have Zainab Mala ma'am today with us. She is the HOD of Science at Diamond Jubilee High School. She teaches biology, chemistry, and EVS. She has won various awards as an educator, like the Best Teacher in Chemistry in Maharashtra in 2021, Most Innovative IT Teacher Award on 28th of December 2020, and Innovative Teaching Award in a school in 2019. I request Zainab ma'am to take over this session. Zainab ma'am, we can't hear you. Good afternoon, Ritu ma'am. Zainab ma'am, would you like to join from another device and check your audio?
Yeah. Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, thank you. So thank you very much for the warm introduction. Welcome to all the teachers who are present out here. So today together we are going to see a website for a whiteboard, and it has many advantages over the normal boards which we are using in classroom. So till we have virtual teaching, we will be able to take the advantage of this board. Now, in your traditional methods of teaching, we have seen that to see each child's work, we have to go from one table to the other to check their work. And they might not want to admit, even if they don't know how to do, they may not call you and ask you a question. They also may not have time for the teacher to go to each student and check their work. So the advantage of this whiteboard class is that when you start your class, you will be able to provide a whiteboard to every student. And whatever work they are doing on the whiteboard will be visible to the teacher. So this helps the teacher to monitor each and every student, and also help the students who need help and are not able to approach the teacher. So as you see the board, you can find out that who are the students who need help, and without the others knowing, you can go and help the student. So let's begin today's session. So you will start by logging on to, from your Google, just type Whiteboard.fi. Okay, so when you type this, you are going to see a screen. I need to go back and show it to you. Okay, so this is what you will see on your screen when you just go to Whiteboard.fi. Now, one advantage of this website is you do not require any login, or you do not require any registration to use the whiteboard. So you can just, the teacher and the student can access the whiteboard without any login or without any registration. So when you type whiteboard.fi, this is the page you will see. Now, as a teacher, you will click on new class and the students will click on join class. So I will start a new class from here. It will ask me to give a name to my class. So I can name it Zainab Malas class, or you can name it with your subject, whichever subject you're teaching. If you want, you can put your email ID, or it is not compulsory to enter your email ID. Then below this, you have an option which will ask you enable waiting room lobby. So this is just like in Zoom, you have a waiting room. When you permit the students to come in, only those students can enter. So to be on the safer side, I would suggest always tick this and keep it enabled. But if you want the children to just enter, then you can disable this option, and without ticking it, you can proceed to create your class. So click on create new class. Okay. And so now it is showing me a notification that it's creating a room for me. Now this is my classroom, in which you can see a link which has to be shared with the student through any other platform through which they will be able to access the whiteboard, or you can also share the code given over here. So again, if you share this code, the students have to go to whiteboard.fi, join a class and click on and enter this code. So they will be able to join my whiteboard class. Now, right now, I'm sharing the URL with you all so that few teachers may join the class, and I can show you how can I see the students when they enter. So I have sent the link in the chat box. Okay, I've just sent it to the admin. Just a minute, I'll send it to everyone. So I want few of you all to join the class as a student. So kindly click on the link and join the whiteboard class. Okay, so now if you see here on my screen, you can see lobby and 11 waiting over there. So this is when you enable the lobby, you will see students waiting and you can read their names and allow them to enter. So I clicked on this waiting and I can see all the names. I can check and allow the student to enter. When I click on accept, only those students will be able to enter my class. So thank you so much. So these are enough. Now, as you enter my class, down, I am able to see all your whiteboards. So whatever you do on your whiteboard will be visible to me. So I think I will not admit more teachers, because the more we have, the more bandwidth we'll require and it will be difficult to work with. So these teachers, I want you all to be active when I tell you all to write something on the board. Now on top, you can see the option toggle my whiteboard. So this, when I click on this, my board will open. Okay, so from my end, I can see my board. This is my board, and below that, I can see all the students' board over here. Okay, you can admit any number of students in this, but the only thing is more number of students, the more bandwidth it may occupy, and that is why your functioning will be slow. So just limit it to 50 so that you are able to see each one's whiteboard. Now, just the common functionality of this board. First, I will show you what do we have in the settings over here. Now, once I start the class and suppose I don't want everyone to wait in the lobby and disturb me, you can uncheck this and allow everyone to enter directly. Okay, so I'll check it again. Lobby, I want this lobby to be there. Okay. Then next, other, I have locked the room. So if you don't want any more students to enter, you may lock the room. Then you can allow students to enable manual save mode. So if I do this, I'll tell you all when I'm showing you the whiteboard, what difference it will make if I click this and if I don't click this, what is the difference? As I start with the board, I will come back to this. Hide students' name. So right now, if you see, I'm able to see the names with which they have entered, right? So if you want that the students should not feel embarrassed if they have done something wrong or something, then you can keep it on hide students name. Now, if I go down and see, I will not be able to see the names of the students. So I can only see these people have joined my class, but the names are not visible. But as a teacher, we definitely want to see each student's name. So we can keep this on. Then invite save all whiteboard as PDF. This is one of the option where you can save the whiteboards which you have used and also the children's whiteboard as a PDF. Then you have one option called as clear all students whiteboard. So when I click on this, all the whiteboards of the students will clear off and it will become blank again. Invite co-teacher is a feature for the paid account. So this we cannot use for the free account. All the others you can use for the free account. Now I'll start with the first one. This is the select option, the normal mouse which you use. The second one is a pen option. Okay, so using this pen option, you can draw, you can write.
Jana, sorry to interrupt, but there is one
Pardon?
teacher who is not able to join, Panna ma'am.
Hello.
Panna ma'am is not able to join, ma'am. Are you still admitting the participants?
No, I'm in the whiteboard class. I'm not admitting more participants. Otherwise, it will work a little slower.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so those who are admitted, only these are enough so that I can show them what's happening on their board. So I know
Thank
there are
you.
more teachers in the lobby. I am not admitting them so that this will work faster. Okay.
Okay.
So you can write with this. Now, suppose if I want thicker handwriting, if I click on this, I can change the width of my line. So now if I write, I have changed the thickness of the pen which I'm using. Okay. You can also change the color of the pen. So these are the various colors which are available. So you can change it to any color and use it on the whiteboard. Then after that, you have this eraser tool. So eraser tool has many options. The first one, which right now I'm showing you, is use the eraser tool. Then I'll come to clear foreground and background when we use a background. So by using this tool, I can erase it. If I want to erase it a little more faster, you can again, now when I'm on the eraser tool, with this, I can increase the size of the eraser. Okay. So now the eraser will increase in size and I can erase the board with this. And if I want to clear everything together, I can just delete it. No, this will not get deleted. You will have to clear the foreground. Clear both foreground and background. So my entire board becomes clean. Okay. Now, with this, you can also draw figures. For example, now this is the thickness of my pen now. I can draw an apple. Okay. So this you can use to write also and to draw also. Now we move to the second option, which is giving us three more options. That is a line tool, a arrow tool, and shape brush. Now what will this line tool do? When I click on the line tool, I can draw a line with this. Okay, so if you want to make a table or something, you can use the line tool. Arrow tool will be useful for labeling the diagrams or for writing chemical equation. So same way here again, when I'm on the arrow tool or the line tool, and if I go to this option, it will give me the options for the arrow, whether I want the width of the arrow to be more or I want it thin. So I have changed the width of the arrow. It has become darker. With this, I can change the color of the arrow also. So it has become a blue arrow, right? After this, you have a shape option. So in this below the arrow also you have a shape brush. So what will the shape brush do when you draw? So you can only use it for geometric figures except for circles, okay? So if I draw a triangle like this, automatically it will make it into a proper triangle. Now because I had a bend over here, it has made it a four-sided figure. So I will change it again. Then shape brush, and I can change the thickness of my shape brush, make it narrow. And if I draw a rectangle over here, so it is a trapezium right now. I have to go a little straight to make a rectangle and it will turn into a rectangle. Okay, so this is a shape brush where whatever shapes you create roughly, it will make it into proper shapes and show it to us. Other than this, you can also get shapes from here. There are three shapes which are more than three. In this, there are many more shapes. So first is a rectangle, but this will be a solid rectangle and you will have to format it if you want to change the solid color. So right now, a blue color rectangle appears. I can change the color of this rectangle to white, or I can even make the rectangle transparent like this. So if I click on this, it can become a transparent rectangle or a white color one, right? So this rectangle is now transparent. Then I can also make a circle using the next tool. I can have a solid circle, so I can color it pink. And using the next one, you can create various polygons. So you can have a three-sided triangle figure. You can have 4 corners, 5 corners. So if I select a 5-corner figure and if I make, automatically it will create a pentagon for me. Okay. Now you can see that the circle is behind and the pentagon is in front. So if I want to change their position, I will click on this. The pentagon moves behind and the circle comes in front. Again, if I want the circle to go behind, I will click on this. First, I need to select the circle, click on it. Circle goes behind, this has come in front. So using these two options, you can change the positioning of the various objects which you have placed on the whiteboard. Okay. Now, a very good feature of this is after I've put all this on my whiteboard, if I want, I can send these objects to my students' whiteboard directly. So I will click on this push button and current page. So when I click on this, whatever is there on my whiteboard will be seen on the whiteboard of the students. So now you can see all the students have got the figures which were there on my whiteboard. Okay. So wherever you see this icon, that means temporarily they are disconnected right now to the whiteboard. And those who are connected, all my whatever was on my figure on my whiteboard has come on their whiteboard. Now again, we can erase all this, or if I want to erase everything from the students' whiteboard, I will go to settings and click on clear all students' whiteboard. So when I do that, whatever was there on wherever my drawings had gone, they all are cleared from their whiteboard. Okay, then if I want a new whiteboard, I can click below my board. I can click on this option plus and a new whiteboard has come, but right now it is not visible to the students. So I can click on this option and now my second board is visible to the students. Okay, you can see the I is not crossed over here. So the second board is visible to the student and the first one is not visible to the student. Right? Now, after this, you have the next is the text option. Now, this is the most useful to us while teaching because at certain times when you ask question, only one or two students may raise their hand and they get a chance to answer you. So with this option, you can just pose a question and send it to all the students. And at the same time, you can see the answer of each students on their board. So I have pushed the question to the students board and all the students are going to receive my question on their board and they can answer the question. So the ones who have joined as student, you need to see my second board. Yeah, so we can see here, Miss Shama has written her name on the board. So at this time, I can go and see the responses of every student. Now, if I want to see the response of a particular student, I can click on this and it will expand. Okay, so I can see the name of this teacher. Now, if this is the right answer or something, and I don't want to write the answer again, and I want to share the answer with all the students. Okay, ma'am has written very well. I want to share this with all the students. Then I can go to the actions over here and click copy to teacher whiteboard. So when I click this particular name will go on all the whiteboards. So it will automatically come on my whiteboard and then I can push it to all the students. So if you see, the name of this teacher has come on my whiteboard. Okay. And now if this is the correct answer or something and I want to send it to all the students, I can just push the current page to all the students and all students will have this name on their board. So every board will have Nilofer now. Right? So, ma'am, do we need to take a break or take any questions right now? Isha, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. One second. Yes, Rafat, ma'am.
Ma'am, how did we, sorry, I missed it out. I think how did we push whatever is written on the screen to every student's board, and how did we share the correct answer to every student's board?
Okay, so I'll show you again. When I want to send this answer to all the students, okay, let me select another teacher's board. Okay, this is another name, Rafat. Okay, and this is the correct answer, suppose. So now what will I do first? I will put this answer on my board. So if I see below your board, I will have this option of actions over here. So I will go to this action option and I will click this copy to teacher's whiteboard. So when I copy to teacher's whiteboard, this answer will come on my whiteboard. So now I can close this board. I go up to my board and your answer has come on my whiteboard. Now, once it is on my whiteboard, I know how to send it to the students. I will click on this push button. All pages or the current page, only the current page. I'll click on this and this will go to all the students now.
Ma'am, there are some more questions. May I ask, please?
Yeah, you may ask.
Okay. Is it possible to attach the pen and writing board for written and that can be used with Google Whiteboard?
No, you cannot use this along. Google Whiteboard is which is the Google Whiteboard? The Jamboard you're talking about?
Yeah.
Please read the question again. I'm not getting what is the teacher actually trying to ask.
The question is, it is possible to attach the pen and writing board for written that can be used with Google Whiteboard. Okay, one second.
If I have a whiteboard here, why will I use a Google Whiteboard along with this? Do you mean to say that students should be able to write? So I think here all the students are able to write. So whatever options I have on my whiteboard, the same the students also have.
Okay, I'll ask another question. Can we present questions for date in future?
No, you have to do it right now only. Once you close the class, you can only save your question as PDF and keep it with you.
And some teachers can't type it when they enter your class.
They are not able to type. Did they select the text option and start typing? I'm coming to text option after that. Yeah.
Anurit ma'am is showing on the screen, but she doesn't have a whiteboard open.
Is my whiteboard not visible to you, ma'am? Then you have to click on the top of your board, toggle teacher's whiteboard. You have an option on top which says toggle teacher's whiteboard. You will have to click on that, then you will be able to see my board. So for every student, they will have only two boards, one the teacher's board on top and their board below. Yeah.
And is this app compatible with Microsoft?
Yes, it is. This is just a website which you have to open and start using it. So you don't have to download any app. You just open in your Google Chrome and you can start using it. So whichever browser you're using, you just type Whiteboard.fi and start using it.
Okay. Ma'am, I have a question that while teaching, I always use my tablet, my writing tablet. So can that writing tablet can be used to write here on the screen, because writing otherwise on the touch screen is little tough. So if I connect this board to my tablet, is it compatible? That
Yeah, so
tablet is
in your
only a
tablet,
writing
you
pen.
have a function for the mouse, right? You are using something like a mouse when you write on the tablet. So as far as I understand, it should be possible to use this board even on your tablet. So as you select the pens and all, you will be able to use all the options. So if you can join with the tablet and try, you will come to know. But even for the one who are using Viacom and all those pens, they will be able to write, because as you're using a mouse, you have a mouse option over here. So it has to work even with those.
Okay, the next question is, can we upload PDF worksheets and push to the student?
Coming to that, PDF is not possible, but I will show you ways how you can upload the worksheet. Now, after this, whatever I show you will be the different activities which you will be able to do with this board.
And the pen and the pad is attached to the laptop, and the teacher writes on the pad.
Yeah, it will work because your pen is just like a mouse of the laptop, right? If I'm not mistaken. So as
Yes.
whatever you do with the mouse, the same thing you keep doing with the pen, it should work.
That's it, ma'am. The question, you can continue.
Okay. So now the next option is what you all are asking about the worksheet. Now I'll take a new board again. So I can add or delete boards from here. Now suppose if I want to delete this board, you can see down below my board, I want to remove this. If I click on minus, all the boards will disappear. And do not do that during the class, because there's no way you can again retrieve these boards if it disappears. So my one board is gone. Now the yellow border is around this board. If I click on minus, even this will be deleted. Okay, so minus is for delete. Right now I will add a board. Okay, and now as you ask that can we add worksheet to this? Okay, so you can add worksheets to this in the form of an image. So first, I will just show you an image type of question, how you can add an image. Or let's go to text first, since some of you all are facing a problem. You have to click on this text icon on the top, A. You can see a A. Only after you click on this A and then come to the board and type, you will be able to type text on this. Okay. So now I will be able to type my text on this once I've done that. Okay. Now, when I'm on this text option, all these colors and the size I can change from here. I can change the font of this text. So for example, there are only 4 fonts available, not more than that. So I can change it to comic. I can change it to Courier New. I can change it to Times New Roman. Only these are the options available in font. I can change the size of the font. So if I want to make certain words bigger, the other ones smaller, you can play with this over here. Then I can fill color in my alphabets. So I can select colors. So it has turned green. Then if I want an outline for this green color, I can select an outline color also. So let's select pink color for the outline. So right now you're not able to see the outline, but if I increase the size of the font, or maybe this particular text is not supporting outline. Let me change the type of font. Okay. So normally these alphabets will get an outline of that color, whichever you select. Even if I'm increasing the size of the font, I don't know why the outline is not visible right now. And you can change the background behind the text. Okay. So again, increasing the width of the line with which science is written, and the font size decreasing and increasing with this. So this is with the text tool. Now, if I don't want this, I can simply delete my text box from this bin option, or I can erase it. So I need to select this. Okay. Now all the colors have come again. So you can delete it using the delete option. Now, after that, coming to the image option. So this image option can be used in various ways, and this will only help you to engage your students during your entire class. But the only thing is, whatever you want to put as an image or any activity, you just make it into you just put it on a PowerPoint slide or a Google slide and change it into JPEG image or a PNG image. So right now I will just put an image on this. Okay. So let's say this image. So if I'm teaching parts of the brain, I can put an image of brain. Now using this, you can rotate the image. And you can also increase the size of the image. So from this corner, I'll drag and increase the size of the image. With this, I can arrange it at the center. Again, I think it is a little tilted, so make it straight. Okay. Make it as big as possible on your board. And now I want the children to label this. Now here already arrows are there. Suppose if the arrows are not there, you can use the arrow tool, put arrows to whichever part you want them to label. And then either I can directly push this board to the students like this. But in that, what will happen when they try to name, they will also keep on fidgeting with the image. They will shift it up and down or something. When they try to write, the text box may come over it and your image may keep on moving. So if I want to fix this image on the board, I will go to this option over here next to the eraser. And this will help me to flatten the image. So I will click on flatten image. And now my image becomes the background of my board. So now if I try to move it also, I'm not able to move the image. It has got fixed. And therefore now it is easier for me also to type something. So even while teaching, if I put a diagram like this and if I flatten it and then I keep teaching, my image will not move. And either using the text or using the pen, I can name the various parts. So I can name the parts. And this is because I selected the borders. It took time for the borders to show pink. But because of that formatting, now the pink border has come, which is so wide. So I'll decrease the width of it. Okay, now you can see that green alphabets with the pink border. So it took some time to come, but now it has come the way we wanted it. Okay. Now this diagram, if I want the children to do it, I will click on push current page and the diagram will appear on the board of all the students. Okay. And now they will be able to answer the question. So this is one way you can use diagram based question in this. The other one which I would like to show is, again, you can insert an image. So I will take a new board again. Now in this also, if I require to give a feedback to a particular student, okay. So normally it is in the paid account, but we can just make it invisible to the students right now. I can, if the child does not know what is this, I can type the answer for the child and just send it to that particular student. So I type the answer for this lobe, a child is not able to answer. So I will click on this, I will enter the answer. Okay, I will enter the answer to the question. Okay, right now my answer is on the board, but all the students are not able to see it. So I will go to this particular student, click on their board. Okay, select the option. And I will push teacher's whiteboard to student. So only to that particular student. Now when I push this, so it will only go to that student whom I want to send the whiteboard. So it has only, my answer will only go to Nilüfer ma'am as one of the page, this current page, and it has not gone to all the other students. Okay. Now the next thing is another activity which we can do using a whiteboard is I will add another whiteboard. Now next image which you can add is when you have worksheets. Okay. So you can save your worksheets in the form of a JPEG or a PNG image like I have this one. And you can add it to this board. So now you can see my worksheet has come on the board. The lower part I don't need, so extend it like this. It's okay if it gets cut below the board. You need the name, you require the match the column. Okay. And then again, you can push this to the student, push the current board. So while we are teaching, the students will be able to do this. Okay, so it has come on the boards of all the students. And the students can just take a pencil and match the column. So if one teacher can please match and show it. So I'll show it to the, so see, when I scroll down, I'm able to see the children doing it. And here when I see it, if I see that a particular student is not doing and needs help, then I can share my answers with that particular student or help in through the chat box or something. So I am able to see how many of them are working, how many have not started. You can call out names and ask them to begin with the activity. So continuously you're monitoring every student in your class. Okay, then the next option we move to is, again, I'll take a new board. I'll add a board. I will make this board visible to the student. Okay, and I can add, which we are done with the image and answer writing activity. Okay, so this you can, now what I have done over here is I created this slide on Google Slides. Okay, so whatever is your question, you can create on Google Slide, whatever designing, coloring you need, just create a Google slide with all your pictures and all, and then save that slide as a JPEG or a PNG image. Okay, and add the image to your board. So now this slide has come on the board. Now, before sending it to the students, you can first flatten the image so that it becomes your background. So I will go to this option. I will flatten the image on the board. Okay. And now they will not be able to fidget anything with the image, but the only thing they can do is either they can use their pencil and write the answers on this. Okay, so this is very thick. I'll decrease the width of my pencil, and they can write the answers on this. Okay, or they can take the text tool and type their answer. Okay, so again, to give it to the students, I will require to push the board to the students. First, I erase whatever I've written, undo. So you have an undo button over here also. You can undo whatever you have put. So again, this has come back to my slide. I wanted this to be flattened. Okay, it has become an image now. And the text box, if it does not go, just press on the delete button and it will disappear. Okay. So this is one way you can give question answer to the student, and you can open-ended question, or how are they feeling, those type of responses. You can just put it like this. You can also create reflection questions like how are you feeling? Just select an emoji and put it on your board. So whatever emojis they select, here you have an option of selecting an emoji. So they can select their feeling emoji and post it to us on their board. So this is, I'm putting my feeling emoji on my board. Same way the children can do it on their board, and you can start it as an hook activity that post how are you feeling using the emojis which are there on your board. Okay, the next one we can go to is the background one. So now I take a new board and show you all how you have a square background which you can use. Now this option which you can see over here is for a background. So can you see small squares have appeared on my board? So this is right now the background of my board. And then whatever I want, I can write on this 1, 2, 3, okay, numbers, or you can draw a graph using this. Now, suppose if I just want to remove the background and I want to keep the alphabets which are there on it, I will go to the eraser tool and I will click on clear background, but keep foreground. So the background is gone, but whatever I had written on the background remains over here. And same way, I'll just undo it. If I click on the other option, clear both, clear foreground, but keep the background. So only what was written on this background will be erased. Okay. Now for teaching graph, you can very successfully use this grid. So you can draw lines, your x-axis, your y-axis by selecting the line tool from here. So draw your x-axis, draw your y-axis, and you can start teaching graph. Okay, so this is my y-axis. I will take another line. I will again take a line and draw my x-axis. Okay, I've selected the wrong one. Okay, you can mark on your axis 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 using the pencil tool. And then you can go ahead with the graphs which you want to teach. Okay, now moving to the next one, you also have a math option. So here there are 3 types of background available. One is this square background. If I want bigger size grid, I can change to this one. Here the squares are a little bigger in size. Then you have a music background. Okay. The next option is for emojis, and the next one is for inserting maths equation. So I will just clear all this. So I'll clear both background and foreground. Okay, now maths option, starting with the first one, equation. So whatever type of equation you want to insert, you can click on this. Here you have a virtual keyboard. Okay, using the virtual keyboard, you can select exponents if you want to put. You can select fractions. For example, if I select this, I have to clear this first. Okay, and I want to insert a fraction. I can click on this fraction option, 2 by 3. Okay. And then next space plus, along with this, whatever else you want to add. If I want to add a square root 1 plus square root of 4. Okay, space is equal to, and you can insert this. So regarding math sums also, you can just write the sums like this on the board, and you can push the board to the students, flatten the board and then push it so that they cannot make any changes in the sum which you have put on the board. And you can see each student solving the sum when it is sent to them. Okay, so I can flatten this board. I'll add more things to the board and then send it. So we are done with this option. The second one is graph. But here the graph option is very limited. You can just see the scale up to 2 squares. Okay, so if I try to zoom in, then only the number, my scale numbers will change. So this till here previously it was 1, now it has become 2. Okay, so this is how you can just increase or decrease the numbers which are coming on the scale. But this is the only part which will be available. You cannot have a bigger graph paper than this in case if you need graph on this. So after I click this, I'll select whatever I want and insert. The graph paper will come on your screen. You can increase the size of the graph paper, okay, and send it to the students to draw your graph. The other option is, okay, so I will just deselect it. Then I will go to the next option, that is angle. This is a very useful option. Now you can see there is a 45 degrees angle. So I can draw angles of various measurement. So I can change this to say 55 degrees. Okay, so I have a 55-degree angle now. And you have certain markings also which we put on the angle to show these two angles are equal. So if you want lines on this, you will click on this, you will get one line on this semicircle, on this arc which is over here. Then if I click this, you can put 2 lines. Okay, radius, that is this distance from the point, that also you can change. So I can make it like this. Now my angle is perfect, and now I can insert my angle. Okay, so I can shift the angle to whichever place I want. If I want to flip the angle, I can change it this way. So it is facing this side, right? So now if my board is ready, and if I want my students to work on this board, if I want them to measure the angle and all, I can just set all these sums on my board. I can flatten everything has become the background of the board, and now I push this board to the students. Okay. Now next option in this is, I will take a new page and show it to you all. One more thing along with the image which I forgot to show you all is a snip. You can just open any worksheet on Google. You can just snip it. So everyone knows what is a snipping tool and how to use it. For example, I can go to any website. Okay, math puzzle. Okay, so there are various puzzles which has opened on my screen. So either you can copy paste the puzzle from here onto your screen, or you can use a snipping tool and do it. So for example, if I want to give the children this particular puzzle. So if it opens as an image, we'll be able to do it. Okay, so here we have the images. I will just take my snipping tool. Okay, so this is the snipping tool. I will take this and I will just cut this part, select it. Okay, I've selected it. It has come on this page. Now copy it from here. This is the copy option. So I have copied it, and then you can go to your whiteboard and place it on your whiteboard. So when you come here, you just have to click on Control V and the image comes on your.
Ma'am, just to remind you, we are left with 5 to 10 minutes only.
Okay, I'll just finish with the maths tool then. Okay, so this way you can give any puzzles also while the class is going on. You can send the boards to them and they can solve the puzzle. Now only 2 options in maths more are left. I will just go through them quickly. This is for putting boxes. So if I want to create a table, though it does not come in the form of a table, so you'll have to be a little creative if you're doing this. So you can insert this table, increase the size, and if you want to give difference between or something, you can put text on this and let them type in these columns. So this is one option. The other one is the next one you can take from here is the pie chart option. So where you can put your fraction over here, 3/4. So it will come in the form of a pie chart on your screen and insert. So you can see, and again, you can change the color and all the same options. From there, you can change the color of this pie. Then next one is the last one in Maths tool is the ruler and the protractor. So if I want to measure and draw something, I will have a virtual ruler. I can take the line tool and draw a line of a particular size. Okay, my line tool is not selected. Okay, now if I want a line of 10 centimeter, I can see this and I can draw up to 10 centimeter. Same way, you have a virtual protractor over here. So if something is selected, it will just open those options. So you have to deselect and then go. Now this is a protractor. So you can keep the protractor and draw your angles according to whichever measurement angle you need. Okay, so yeah, ma'am, I'm done from my side. The various, I think we have gone through all the options. This is the cut paste option. So if I want to cut something, if this worksheet I want to remove, I can also cut it or I can delete it. If I want it back, undo and you will receive it back. Yeah, Isha ma'am, we can take questions now.
Yes. Some participants weren't able to write or draw anything on the board.
Pardon, they weren't?
They weren't able to write or draw anything on the board.
So it may be, maybe your internet is slow. Just try doing it again. You will, if you are trying to write on my board, okay. We all have 2 boards. One is my board, which is the teacher's board. And if you're trying to write on that board, you will not be able to write anything. But below my board, you will see your own board. So you will only be able to write on your board because students are not allowed to write on the teacher's board over here. So just check on which board you were trying to write. Yeah, next question.
Yeah. If the student wants to paste his classwork, word problem or his work done, can he or she paste that picture?
Yes, they can first take a picture, save it as an image in their laptop or mobile. And as we are doing now, you go to this image option. So that training you will have to give the child, go to the image option. Okay, now suppose this is the child's work. Wherever he has saved, they have to select, open, and that work will come on the whiteboard. So while if you want to check, you can ask them to click a picture and paste it on their own boards and you will be able to go through it. Yes, ma'am.
Can students see teacher's whiteboard?
Yes.
It's not pushed to them.
They will be able to see my whiteboard by pushing what I'm doing, whatever is on my whiteboard, I'm putting on their whiteboard. So even if I don't push, I'm using Zoom or some video conferencing tool. Through that, they can see my whiteboard. Even on their own screen, they can see whatever I write on my whiteboard. But now I want to give the sum on their board. I don't want them to copy it again. It will consume time if they try to make the same thing. So that is the purpose why we push the whiteboard, so that whatever is there on our board, on the teacher's board, automatically goes to the student's board and they just have to enter the answers. They don't have to copy the question again. Yes, ma'am.
Question is it possible to prepare the board before starting the class?
See, this one class, you can continue this board class for 120 minutes. So it is only possible if you are free 10-15 minutes before your class and you start this class, you just keep your boards ready over here and then give the same code to the students and allow them to enter. But you can maintain this class only for 120 minutes, after which you will have to close the class or it will automatically close. So that means 2 hours you can keep it, but you cannot make it a day prior and keep it ready. Or the second thing you can do is prepare your boards, and here you have an option of save as PDF. Okay, so each board you can save it as a PDF on your desktop, or and then change that PDF into an image file, and next day when you're doing, you just paste those things on your board and start doing it. So that is one way you can keep your boards ready. You can keep your question ready in the Word document. Okay, and from the Word document, you can just copy and use the text option and paste it over here. So that is another possibility. I normally keep it ready in a Word document, and one by one, you can paste the questions on the board. Yes, ma'am. Next question.
The next question is, can we make tests on various boards and push all of them together, or for each board we need to push separately?
You can push all the boards also. Here you have an option of pushing all the boards. Okay, if I click on, sorry, not this one. If you click on this, it has an option of all pages. So if I want to send them all the boards, I'll click on all pages. If I want to send them only current board, I will click on current page. If I want to send them only the current page as a background, that means when I send it this way, they will not be able to make any changes in what I have put on the board. They can only add their things onto my board. So it is just like flattening the image.
Okay, some of the people need the recording. Kindly visit to our YouTube page. You can find each and every recording there itself. Sometimes when we push, the board doesn't reach to them.
It will take time depending on your internet speed, ma'am. It is only the speed which will decide. Otherwise, when you push the board, it will reach to them. And you have to show the children that they have to switch from one board to the other. Like if you have sent 5 boards, and if the child is on this particular board, you want them to be on this board, then maybe the child doesn't know that they have to move from one board to the other. So wherever you can see the eye visible, okay, eye icon like this, that board will be visible, the others will not be. Now, if I want them to see this one, I have to click on this one. Now it has this is visible, the other one will not be visible. Okay, and you can save the board as PDF from here. So here you have an option, save it as PDF. Now in the settings, if I keep this on, enable manual save mode, okay. So what will happen when the students are working on the board, till they don't click the save option on top of their board, I will not be able to see what they are doing. So only after they complete their work and they click on save, then I will be able to see. Here I was able to see as they were working. So that is the difference between enabling them to manually save the board and not enabling that.
Can we allow different tools for kids so that they don't get confused?
Yeah, all the tools which are there on my board will also be visible to the students. It will be available to them also.
Next question. But you said that PDF file can't be uploaded.
Yeah. So here you have an option for upload PDF, but that is only for the paid account. So if you have a premium account, see, it will tell you. You require subscription, or you need to take the premium account to upload the PDF file. And that is why I showed you all options, sorry, of how you can upload without a PDF. You just cut part of the worksheet which you need from the PDF and paste it over here. So use the snipping tool or convert the worksheet into an image file and then enlarge it on the board. So that is one way you can use the PDF files over here.
The YouTube link for this recorded session has been uploaded in the chat box, so you can click on that. And the next question is, how much is the subscription for a teacher and how many students can be added?
Students, there is no limit for the number of students that can be added. In subscription, there are limited features. If you want, it is $4.99. And if you want all the features where you can create classes, you can keep the boards in every class, you can keep it in the folder, whatever boards are there, that subscription is something $12.66. So if you go to the Whiteboard app and you try searching for pricing and all, it will show you all the pricing. There are only two pricing, $4.99 and $12.99 per month. So you can take whichever you like.
Okay. Can the students write on the image sent, like math worksheet?
Yes, they can definitely write on the image. They have to use their pen tool. They can put a text on top of the dash and they can enter text over there. So both, everything is possible. They can put their own images on that image.
Okay, ma'am, we are done with the questions. We can wrap up the session here itself.
Okay, ma'am, I would like to take a picture.
Yeah, I request everyone to please turn on your cameras. For those who them it's possible for.
So teachers, all those who are comfortable with it, could you please switch on your camera?
Ma'am, will you take the screenshot?
I will take, but miss, one you also take.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. The certificate.
I wait for more teachers to turn on their cameras, please, if you're comfortable.
The certificates will be transferred to you in 7 working days. So please wait and you will get the certificates on your registered email ID.
Okay, thank you very much, teachers. And I hope this session will be useful to you all till we are teaching online at least.
Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Zainab ma'am.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you all the teachers present out here.